If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
Got a bit of an army green or a dirty green set here. I really like the look. Death Rattle's shoulder pads, Hellfire Citadel Mythic. So you can see the boss 14% on the drop rate for the shoulders, which of course are from Hellfire Citadel, which means Warlords of Draenor, the fun. The Robes of Unknown Fear. Terrace of the Endless Spring Heroic, Lai Shi is the boss, kind of a fair drop rate. Moving on to the belt, which is the Malevolent Gladiator's Court of Accuracy. Mop PvP vendor, just 1 mark of honor to pick up the belt from Mist of Pandaria. Next up, we're going to hook you up with the back, which is the Head Scythe Great Cloak. Shadow Moon Burial Grounds, which means you can spam it all you want in that dungeon. As you can see, the boss 5% on the drop rate. Next up, we're going to hook you up with the feet, Mystic's Slippers. Northern Barons Deviant Lurker drops it, or you can buy it on the auction house, all up to you. You could always substitute that cloak. Any green cloak would do. Firecaller's Hand Wraps, Battle of Dazzle-Ahar, LFR, Anathos Firecaller, kind of a fair drop rate for those grayish-green gloves, had to go there. Now we have, I think it's a Void Elf here, or maybe a Blood Elf. They kind of look the same model. Malevolent Gladiator's Fellweave Cowl. Ma PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor to get that headpiece. And the staff is the Grievous Gladiator's Energy Staff. If you hoard, it will be a prideful staff, 5 marks of honor, regardless of your faction. The shoulders, they have a little bit of a blue tint to it there on the jewels on the shoulders, but they're actually kind of a teal. The, what do you call it? The chroma key kind of ruined the color there a little bit. Moving on to the chest piece, which is Siege of Orgrimmar, Thok the Bloodthirsty. You're looking at 25% drop rate for the shoulders. The belt is looking pretty cool on a Worgen here. Antiquated Highborn Singe, the Nighthold Heroic. Scorpyron is the boss, 17% on the drop rate for the belt from Legion. Of course, it's from Legion. Now we're going to move on to the back, which is the Parrot Feather Cloak, Freehold Sky Captain Crag. I'm showing the burgundy coat, but come to think of it, you could actually go with the green one if you happen to want to do a different version of Freehold and get it. The feet, Laughing Skull Boots, Tarokar Forest. Basically various mobs over the auction house to pick that up, so those boots are kind of like a golden brownish kind of color. The hands are out of Uldir Mythic, Vectis, 5% on the drop rate for those golden gloves there. You could also go with the bracers and hide gloves if you want to go that direction. Look just as good. The head, Hexweave Cowl, Wad Level Tailoring, check a local tailor or your local auction house for the headpiece, which is being shown by a Blood Elf dude. And the weapon is Inferno Flame Staff, Blackrock Foundry Heroic. Gruul is the boss, 22% on the drop rate for that staff. Gonna kick off with the shoulders, which you're gonna pick up out of Siege of Orgrimmar. The Fallen Protectors drop at 16% on the drop rate. That, of course, is from Mist of Pandaria. And the chest, as well as the legs, are 2 pieces you're gonna pull out of the Darkmoon Fair. 75 Darkmoon tickets for each, so 150 for both. Nobleman's Coat. The belt is part of the same set as the shoulders, which you are going to be able to pick up out of Siege of Orgrimmar. Malkorak is the boss, 14% on the drop rate for that belt. We talked about the pants. I'm starting to think the word pants is kind of like the nickname for pantaloons. Maybe it is. Maybe someone knows. Someone could always tell me that. You could buy those legs, the Nobleman's Pantaloons, out of Darkmoon Fair. The feet, Ruthless Gladiator's Treads of Alacrity, Cata PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor to pick up those golden kind of green boots doing the spin, showing the cloak, which incidentally is a plate-only cloak, I do believe. But the thing is, once you basically equip it on plate, you can mog it on other armor wearers. I've experienced that myself, so it is a fact. The head, BFA level engineering, check your local engineer or your local auction house or Wowhead for lookalikes. The back, we talked about this Void Lord Wizened Cloak. Hellfire Citadel, 10% on the drop rate. And the weapon, Plundered Waterbearer Staff, Zuldazar or Borealis. I think this might have a little bit of a Necromancer or Inquisitor look. Vile Weave Amiss. On its own, those shoulders don't look so great, but I think with this set, it does look pretty cool. So you get this from Invasion Points or your local auction house. Not too difficult to pick up. Counselor's Robes, Blackrock Spire, various mobs there. I suggest you just buy it on the auction house, though. The belt is a very, very Legion belt for Warlocks. This is a lookalike that you could also get from doing Isle Expeditions or buy it on the auction house. So far, 3 very easy pieces that you can just buy on the auction house. Next up, we're going to go with the back, Ivy Cloth Cloaks, Stone Talon Mountains. Golden back is a rare, 18% shot to drop the cloak. Or, of course, you could buy it on the auction house. So far, all these can be bought on the auction house. The feet are basically a vendor piece, Netherstorm BC PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor for those kind of dark green army-looking boots, general satin slippers. And the hands, Firecaller's hand wraps, Battle of Dazzle-Ahar, LFR version, kind of a fair drop rate to get those gloves. I had to go with those, a dark green look there. It goes really well with the set. And the headpiece, Demon Prince's Ascendant's Crown, Hellfire Citadel, Archimon, 16% on the drop rate for the headpiece, which leaves us with our final piece, and that would be the staff, which is also out of Warlords of Draenor, the fun, Blackrock Foundry, Gruul, 22% on the drop rate for the staff. This is a classic Warlock shoulder piece. You definitely have to get it if you're a Warlock. If not for this set, any given set. Blackrock Foundry, Mythic, Chromog, 100% drop rate, so you're guaranteed if you can get to that boss and take him out. The chest is out of Uldum. You're looking at the Curse of the Tombs. It's a quest reward, so that's pretty easy to get. Now we're going to go to Legion to show you the belt, and this is from a Warlock tier set, Tomb of Sargeras. Once again, Mythic version, Major of Vigilance, no, Maiden of Vigilance, 5% on the drop rate for the Strife-ridden girdle. The offhand is Warmongering Combatants Endgame, so that's easy to get, 2 marks of honor from the WoD PvP vendor. Of course, that's Warlords of Draenor, the fun. If you're Horde, it'll be Wild. And the weapon, or should I say the feet are next, Vindicator's Soft Soul Slippers, Blood Mist Isle, so that's a kind of alliance only on that quest reward, but you could check Wowhead for lookalikes. Now we're going to move on to the hands, which are out of Heimall, the Butcher, 14% on the drop rate for the Meat Monger's Gory Grips, which is exactly what I would call them if I didn't know what they were called. And we have a Blood Elf dude showing the back, which is the Parrot Feather Cloak, Freehold, Sky Captain Crag, 11% on the drop rate. And next up is the head, which is out of Nagrand, BC version. There is no hope. It's a quest reward for those horns. And the weapon is out of Hellfire Citadel, Mythic. Manaroth is the boss, 16% drop rate. Gonna start off with a classic Warlock shoulder set piece here from Cata. Ruthless Gladiators, Felweave Amiss, 3 marks of honor. Stormwind, Ogremar is a respective place to pick that up. You can also go with the Vicious Shoulders, by the way, if you want to go that direction. Wild Combatants, Felweave Raiment, Warmongering if you're Horde, WoD PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor for the brown robe. I think this looks really cool on an undead, even better on a lady human here. Strife Riddled Cinch, Tomb of Sargeras, Mythic, Maiden of Vigilance, fair drop rate for that Warlock tier belt from Legion. Sticking with the Lady Human, and the back piece is the Cloak of Great Reprieve, Netherstorm PvP vendor, which of course is the Burning Crusade PvP vendor. Just 1 mark of honor to get that. We have a Void Elf showing the feet, linen boots, vanilla level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house. Always like showing the robes because you don't have to overstate things with the boots whenever you have a robe up. The hands, Malevolent Gladiators Felweave Handguards. You can buy it on the auction house or pick it up from your MOP PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor. Not sure how much it is on the auction house. Lady Blood Elf, looking probably best on her. Demon Prince's Ascendant Crown, Hellfire Citadel Archimon, 16% on the drop rate for the hood or the headpiece. And the weapon, Bite of Bleeding Hollow, Hellfire Citadel Mythic, Killrock Deadeye, 16% on the drop rate for that staff from Warlords of Draenor the Fun. My name is Luxeley. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and going to leave you with this final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, make it epic.